Hello everybody, welcome to Melissa's Musing on this fabulous, magnificent Monday. So my message today is really short and sweet, and I'm going to tell you guys a little story, as is suitable for Melissa's Musings. So, as you guys know, over the summer, and well really actually almost a year ago now, I started Ascension Leadership Academy in February of 2017, and going through that process was one of the most, period, life-changing experiences I've ever had. And the reason being is the interesting thing about Ascension Leadership Academy is it gives you a crystal clear picture. It doesn't tell you what you should or shouldn't learn or how you should or shouldn't be feeling and processing things. It quite literally sticks you in situational exercises where then you get to evaluate how you show up and why. So, for me, I have a very distinct before ALA life and after ALA life because I was able to crystal clearly see how I was showing up and the impact that I was making on the world. And it wasn't exactly the way I thought I was showing up, and it wasn't exactly the way I wanted to be showing up. So I got to totally shift and, step into what I wanted to be for the rest of my life and what I get to be on a daily basis and how I get to show up. And part of that process for me was, as I went through it, there was a few people in my life who I very specifically felt the need to encourage that they also got to go. Part of them, there are certain members of my family that will eventually get to go. But for two of those people, it was my two best childhood friends, Michelle and Therese. And it was a little difficult to get them there. They'll vouch for it when they watch this video. But I was determined that they got to go. I was like, this is what they need because they're stuck and they're so deserving of the life that they want to step into. And honestly, in the last, I don't know, you guys can fill in the comments, but 6, 7 years, it's been a really similar story for them. And it's a story that I used to be stuck in, so I got it. I understood it. And I saw that they were standing in their own way. So I was really determined to get them here to San Diego to the very first level, and I knew that they would be committed through then. But it's really interesting because the story that we tell ourselves, even though they signed up for level 1 and 2, and I was like, yes, we continually try and talk ourselves out of things, right? So they signed up for level 1 and 2, and then I was like, oh, they're going to come out here, and then they're going to not do level 3. They did level 3. Then I was like, oh no, they're not going to make it to the end. They made it to the end. Well, the gift and the message here today is that the gift is truly in the giving. Because was it difficult to get them to ALA? Yeah. Was I committed to getting them to ALA? Yeah, I was. The gift, though, was all of that giving for me. Seeing them go through the process and being able to stand in front of them at each of their graduations, holy moly, standing in front of a different human being than what they had walked into that training with at the end of every level was the biggest gift for me. And what was really special was this past weekend, their ripple effect I got to witness. Because right now, going through the training program this past weekend, was Megan and Jenny. Megan being their sister, somebody I got to grow up around, and Jenny, Megan's best friend, somebody else I also got to grow up around. And oddly, Jenny and I have for a very long time gotten that we're sisters, and actually last night at graduation everybody's like, oh, it's your sister, and I was like, no, she's not here yet, this is Jenny. We just look weirdly very, very similar. So, hey Nance, thanks so much for tuning in. So what's been so special for me, and as I stood in front of them last night as they graduated, I was so overwhelmed by the gift that I've been receiving because of my giving. Standing in front of them, I was faced with two totally different human beings than I have ever gotten the opportunity to witness from one weekend of change. And the awesome thing is, that's the gift for me. I got to fully enjoy and just soak that up, the fact that I had something to do with that. That, the fact that I was able to give so much that it made that much of an impact on Michelle and Therese, that they were then in turn able to give so much of themselves to make such a valuable impact in somebody else's life. Holy crap, man. And it was really interesting because today, John and I were doing a mastermind event with Tony Javier. Shout out to Tony. It's an awesome event. I am so excited to be there. I had to get past some money and time conversations, of course, being me. Those are some of my biggest things that I always get to work on. But of course I had to get through those conversations in my head, and as soon as we walked through the door this morning, I was like, yes, I'm so happy to be here. And one of the really cool things about this particular mastermind is each person in the mastermind, there's a dozen of us, we each get the opportunity to present what we're giving to the group and what we are challenged with, so what we need support in. And again, I was reminded that the gift is truly in the giving, because as I'm listening to each of these presentations and what each individual is bringing to the table, we all have such unique and amazing, stunning, beautiful, fabulous gifts. And so many of us hold that all inside and don't give those gifts to the world, and you're doing everyone else a disservice. So like that stuff that truly lights you up, maybe it's like, I mean, for me, I love coloring. Like when people come over, I'm like, ooh, check out my colorings on the walls. Like, hold on, I will literally show you, because like coloring lights me up. I love coloring. And look, that's my beautiful artwork. Don't mind the messy boxes. I'm prepping birthday gifts for our amazing clients. Jenna, if you're still watching, your gift is in this pile, so don't look. But like, I love coloring. Coloring lights me up. And like, one year, I think it was last year, was a little bit poor in the Christmas gift department, and as a solution, I was able to draw and color really beautiful pictures for somebody, like for my family and friends. And the gift of that is like, that's a gift that I get to bring. It's something as simple as coloring, but like everybody has gifts. That's a silly example too. Like I have gifts that I bring to Melissa's Musings. Like this is one of the things that I really love to give. Like the feedback that I get on these videos is so like incredible. I literally had somebody recently tell me that I was the reason that through these videos and watching them, that they like got out of bed after 6 months and like went and got a job and like talked to their parents about moving out, and like basically they had been in such a slump, and they attributed a lot of the kind of the motivation that they got to these videos. Like I like sobbed about that. That gift that I was able to give to her through my giving, like what a gift was that to receive. Holy crap. So as you guys are navigating, if you're holding yourself back in any sort of capacity, you get to shine, you get to sprinkle, as Jenna Phillips-Ballard, my beautiful angel and soul sister, if you are holding yourself back in any way and not sprinkling your sparkle all over this world, you are seriously doing people a disservice, because you are freaking magical, and all of your gifts and all of your talents and everything that you bring to the table, whether or not your ego's discounting it and telling you it's silly and stupid, kind of like my coloring where I just discounted it and was like, that's a silly one. No, like you get to bring all of that shit to the table, because you get to grace everybody with the gift that you are. And then when you do that, the gift is truly in the giving, because like, holy crap, I've been like tearing up and crying at a good number of different times today, just because I am so blessed by the fact that not only was I able to create an amazing ripple effect in my two best friends' lives, they're able to now take that and give that gift to their sister and their sister's best friend. And I know that one day I'm going to be able to give it to my sister and my brother. And that to me is the gift. So the gift is truly in the giving, my friends. And this is clearly something I'm passionate about, because I get very emotional about it. And the reason being is because everybody has magic inside of them. It is unbelievable seeing that come out, seeing that become unleashed. And you get to let that go, and you get to let it shine, and you get to be vibrant and glorious, whatever that looks like, regardless of who you think might judge you or what somebody might think. Like, first of all, who the fuck cares is what I have to say. But second of all, like, you are doing a disservice if you're not letting your gift shine. So the gift is truly in the giving. Start giving all of that magic away, because everybody else deserves to experience it and have it. And I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see you sprinkle your sparkle everywhere and spread that magic and that joy, because as soon as you start giving of yourself and it starts to become like the things that you love and the things that you do, it's going to create a ripple effect of magic, and you get to slowly and surely change the world with your magic. I love you, and we'll talk soon.